Welcome, everybody, to the fourth episode of the Film Studies Club podcast. I'm Robert Burke, and I'm joined by my co-host. Oh, hold on, can you say your name?
My internet connection is unstable. Wait.
Not the
Okay.
podcast.
I think I'm caught up.
Okay.
My name is Pahul Chabra.
And our fact checker dude who has a broken headset right now, Nicholas Manna. Nick, say something. Nick, why can't you say anything?
My mute button was broken. I'm back.
And we have a very special guest today. Do you want to say your name, or do you want me to say your name?
Yeah,
Get
I'll
the
say.
applause ready, Nick.
I forget.
I can
what
say
the
my
applause
name.
is.
Thank
The
you very
applause.
much.
Wait, hold on. Let me. Hold on.
Okay. Here, I'll give you a lead in. And we're joined by our special guest,
Jack Loeprich. That's me. Where's the applause? Come on.
Can you play the applause, Nick?
Yeah.
Evidently not.
Sorry, I didn't even have it like in my.
There we go. Okay. I think we should start out this podcast the way that we have did the last time by explaining what our backgrounds mean. So let's start out. We're gonna go in order of my screen because that's how we did it last time. Also, Jack, you explain your background. What is it?
It's just my house, man. It's
Yeah!
just, there's nothing here.
I like it. Artistic choice. Mine is my AP statistics homework. Pahul?
Mine is a certain virus. I can't say the virus's name because I plan to make money off of this. But it's a virus.
From the 15 views that we get. And Nick,
you never know.
My
you
background,
never know.
Shut up. My background is a psychologist. I forget her first name, but her last name is Bruh.
Linda. I think it's Linda.
Yeah, it's like Linda Bruh or something like that.
Linda Bruh?
I think it's Linda Bruh.
Yeah.
That would be awful to have that last name. Okay, so something I think we didn't do with Michael that we should do with Jack is Jack. I think we should the people.
Mm-hmm.
They should get to know you. So Jack, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Jack Loeprich. I am a college freshman who basically commented on every video that these turkey necks have been posting, and they allowed me to come on the show and share my opinions about a couple movies. That's my bio.
Dang, I
It's
think that
also
was
a
a
gamer.
pretty good one.
Is that a good bio?
I think so. We should all think of interview questions for Jack. I'll go first. Jack, what was the name of your second pet?
Is this a security question?
Yeah, are you
No, it's
like,
an interview
my
question.
credit card information, dude?
No. I just want to know the name of your second pet. What was it?
Is the next question gonna be my mother's maiden name? Probably I don't know. I had a lot of cats. And maybe Charlie was one of those cats. Probably something like that.
Charlie, nice. How many cats do you have?
Well, right now just one, but in the past we've had a long chain of cats that have either just died or ran away.
Isn't that how all things go in life? Pahul, do you have an interview question?
Jack, what is your middle name?
Is Spencer, which I love my middle name because it reminds me of the iCarly's older brother. Love that guy. Love Spencer from iCarly.
That's very true. He's a cool guy. And Nick.
So, Jack Spencer Loeprich. So, you have been known in the community of our hometown to be a massive, successful gamer, as shown by your Instagram tag, Jack Loeprich Gaming. And from this, I want to ask you, what is the game that you have spent the most time on in your life?
Okay, so in reality, Rainbow Six Siege is the most played game I've ever played.
Get him out of the call.
No, Nick, he's our special guest. Be nice to him.
Fine.
You not what's wrong with Rainbow Six? It's a great game.
I've never played it.
Okay, well yeah, that's the problem.
He was gonna be mad if you didn't say Minecraft because he spent probably a year of his life.
But here's the thing. I don't have an hour counter for Minecraft. I have on Steam you have hours played. So I don't. If I it would probably be Minecraft, but I can't look and see the hours. I played Minecraft forever. I had like the beta, like I was in that like beta 1.8 or something, or 1.7 was when I started playing forever. I've been playing Minecraft for a long time.
Wow. Even longer than Nick.
That's
Yeah,
not,
so,
that's straight up not
so
true.
don't
What?
come talking to me about Minecraft.
I started in Pocket Edition 0.6.
I don't care, dude. Shut
Wasn't
up.
Pocket Edition after like
I don't know.
1.0?
I have no idea.
No, I played before Enderman. Okay, so
I played before Steve was in
play
the
before Steve,
video
dude.
game.
You didn't play before Steve. No one played before Steve.
I played before Notch was the owner.
All right.
I played before Notch was born.
All right.
Okay.
Will's been playing since like 2 weeks ago, right?
Paul's on another planet.
Paul, can you hear us? Oh, it's not here.
He's not in the Film Studies Club podcast anymore.
I guess so. Maybe Jack will have to be our
What's he
permanent
doing?
co-host. Yeah, I don't know. He's like dancing with his head. I'm gonna text him because I can't tell if he's joking or not. But if he legitimately can't hear us, that's a
I
problem.
can't see him on my stupid phone. This is a new phone.
Okay.
I'm gonna swear on this podcast on accident like at least 6 times. I'm trying my best.
I
Nick,
can cut it out. It's okay.
You can bleep it, right? Put it in a big bleep.
Yeah,
Do a
big
bleep.
bleep.
Bleep it out.
All right. So let's get on to the movies because that is what this podcast is about. So this
Why'd you
week-
text me?
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Paul's in a weird mood tonight. Anyways, so the theme for this week is virus movies, which is obviously very topical to right now, based off of what's going on in the news and in the world, and it's the reason you're at home right now. So we decided to look back on some of the movies that had to do with viruses. So our first one, which order should we do? Let's do order of when they came out.
Contagion.
Was it Outbreak or 12 Monkeys first? Anyone know?
I think it was
12
Outbreak.
Monkeys.
I think it's
Oh,
Outbreak.
just kidding. I don't know. Fact checker, hold on.
I want to say. I want to say Outbreak.
12 Monkeys came out in 1995.
Outbreak was also 1995. So what?
Let's do
No,
12 Monkeys first, because that's the first on my list.
No, we have to look for this. I want to go deep in.
I'm not sure anybody.
What if they came out on the same day?
Oh, screw you, dude.
We can
find this.
look at the actual times, like 2:30 maybe.
Well, Nick, movies don't release at 2:30 p.m. They release at midnight, or at least they did back then.
That's what I meant.
Paul, have you found anything?
I'm trying to look. Keep going. Oh no, you can't.
We can't keep going. We're trying to figure out what movie to talk about.
Screw you, man. I'm finding something.
We could just pick one. We could roll a die for all.
No, we need to do it in chronological order.
Wait. I'm almost there. I'm so close. I'm
so racing
close.
you right now.
He's in the mainframe. Why am I so blue?
Let's
see.
December
Okay,
29th versus. Oh, Outbreak came first.
Yeah, Outbreak came first. It was March 10th.
Let's go.
And 12 Monkeys was December 27th. Okay,
let's
start off with Outbreak. So this movie is directed by Wolfgang Peterson, and this is the letterbox description. A deadly airborne virus finds its way into the USA and starts killing off people at an epidemic rate. Colonel Sam Daniels' job is to stop the virus from spreading from a small town, which must be quarantined, and to prevent an overreaction by the White House. This movie, it stars Dustin Hoffman, Rene Russo, Morgan Freeman, Kevin Spacey, Cuba Gooding Jr. It's got a lot of stars in it. Let's start off with...
Kevin Spacey isn't a star anymore, dude.
Well, he was a star back in the day.
He still is a star. He's like a household name.
Yeah, but he touched a lot of boys.
Yeah, so we don't talk about that. Yeah, we
Anyway,
don't talk about that next.
Let's start off with Jack. What were your thoughts on Outbreak?
If I could unsee the first 60 minutes of Outbreak, I would. And then I actually, I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna come clean. I didn't watch the entire thing because it was that bad. I did not like the movie whatsoever. Okay. it just seemed like it played like a joke, like it was making fun of a movie that was trying to be about a virus, like how like it seemed like a parody, the dialogue they had or whatever was like, I hate this virus. Like I just couldn't take it seriously. Not a fan of the movie. Not a good movie. That's my take on it. That's my 2 cents. I give it a.
Well, no, we save scores for the end. Save scores for the end.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'll go next because it works that way on my screen. I'm gonna agree with Jack here. I am really surprised that Outbreak only has a 3.0 out of 5 on Letterboxd and not like a 1.5, because I thought that this movie was absolutely terrible. It's really, I agree with Jack. It kind of feels like a parody, because when you're making a virus movie, I feel like the virus itself is the bad guy enough. You don't need to go and get other human beings to be the bad guy, because then it just looks like they want to like doom the human race. And in this movie, it was like the bad guy that they set up. It's not really a spoiler, but it kind of is. I don't know. He basically wanted to blow up an entire small town, and he was willing to just like drop a nuclear bomb on that small town in order to try to contain the virus.
Idiot.
It wasn't a nuclear bomb.
It was like a missile.
No, it was the largest like bomb that wasn't nuclear in the arsenal.
Well, regardless, I think it's stupid that any person in power would ever have the idea of dropping a bomb on a city in order to contain a virus. And
it wasn't to contain the virus. They said that it was because it was a biological weapon that they wanted to preserve. I think that's what their reasoning was.
Right, but then that was their like secret reasoning, wasn't it? But like that's the reason that they wanted to bomb the town, to keep that a secret, but they were like masking it with the idea that they were
they wanted to bomb the town because they didn't want a cure to happen, because if a cure happened, then that means that the biological agent that they spent years trying to make suddenly had a cure and thus couldn't be used anymore. That was what it meant.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't pay too much attention to this movie because I don't know. I kind of checked out early. I thought it was really boring. And there's a surprising amount of explosions in this movie, was what I noticed. There was like a lot of like unnecessary violence with people like shooting at other people and like planes crashing and explosions. There was that scene where like the like Hicks were like fighting off governmental forces, and then they like
killed them.
I don't remember what it was.
They sprayed the car with bullets and it exploded. I loved it so much.
It honestly is like baffling. Like I don't know. And also all of the actors, like there's a lot of big name actors in this. All of them look like they like just woke up from a nap throughout this movie. Especially Dustin Hoffman. Like he is one of my all-time favorite actors. He's in my all-time favorite movie, The Graduate. He is absolutely fantastic. But in this movie, he literally looks so tired throughout the entire thing. And there's that scene. It's also, the movie's surprisingly racist. Like there's a lot of scenes with like there was like a Chinese man that went up to a monkey and just started talking in really broken English. And it reminded me of like the 1933 King Kong. And then there's that scene where like Dustin Hoffman jumps from an airplane to a boat and goes up to the Chinese people and he's like, speak English, and then one of them comes up and says a little bit, and then he says something, and then he's like, no comprehend, and then he's just shouting English at all the Chinese. It's just baffling to me that this movie was like a real movie that was taken seriously and put in theaters. I think it's absolutely awful. And there's like next to no redeeming factors about it. And that is my opinion on Outbreak.
Not worth $4 on Amazon Prime.
It was on Netflix.
Oh, it was? Oh, you're right. That's one I didn't have to pay for.
Right.
Yeah. Still not worth it.
What are your thoughts on Outbreak?
To me, this movie, at the beginning, it was all scientific, kind of. Like they were going through all the spread of the disease and everything. And suddenly it became like this main superhero guy with a black sidekick kind of movie, and I didn't get that. but I was okay with it. Like they were flying around the helicopter, they were having fun and everything. And the whole boat scene, it was very good. And I think I checked back into the movie when they broke into the news area for some like somehow they just broke in and
It's because they charged in with a gun
were
and
able to
started
get
pointing it
access
at
to
people.
live TV. They just busted in and they just seized the live TV broadcast, which was very interesting.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if this movie was like supposed to be funny or not. If it was like supposed to be a parody, but it took itself so seriously that it just left me very confused.
It definitely wasn't supposed to be a parody or something. It took itself way too seriously for it to be a parody.
But at the same time, there's a scene where a man jumps from an airplane onto a boat and then goes up to the Chinese people. Like, I don't know. It's just
It couldn't decide if it wanted to be like scientific or like an action flick,
right.
Like it was sort of wavering between those two zones. Also, the divorce plotline was like my least favorite thing.
Yeah, when you're making a virus movie, you have to make it about the virus. Why would they have a subplot about their family life?
Like to do with the dogs. Like who cares? The people are dying. Yeah.
And then at the very end, when he like takes off his protective wear so that he can look at his wife like one last time.
That was so
hug her.
stupid.
Like, okay, and how about the scene where they're like they need to get the monkey to make the serum that would like save people from the disease.
They should have shot
So then
the
they're
girl.
like, we're going to put this little girl in danger by taking her out there. And then she's talking to the monkey, and then there's the like military. It's Cuba Gooding Jr. and he's just standing there with the gun, and he's like waiting for the monkey to come out.
But Robert, the monkey would only
so
come if the
absurd.
girl was there. You idiot!
What?
The monkey would only come if the girl was there.
I know.
Were
but
you
I
not
don't
paying
see
attention?
I don't see any governmental figure going to someone's house and looking at the parents and saying, "We're going to take your daughter and put her out there so that a monkey we know has a virus can come." And I know she was already around the monkey, but then why was she standing right next to her parents and her parents had her arms around her? Then the parents were going to get the virus. I don't know. It was just very stupid.
Also, I think Dustin Hoffman was awful in this. Like he cannot act in this movie. It was
He's such
so
a good actor
bad.
otherwise.
Yeah, I sure, but in this movie, he was just so not good at all. And also, there were like thousands of cliches, and the entire plotline was so predictable. You could see the next scene like coming, like you knew that the virus was gonna be contained. It's not even a spoiler. Should I bleep that? Because I don't know.
No, I've already spoiled that Dustin Hoffman takes off his like thing to talk to his wife one last time.
Like you know it's gonna happen. It's so predictable, and they don't take like any risks during this movie. They don't try to have like a different ending or like any surprises. It's all the same. I hate it.
Yeah, it was really bad. And I gotta say, like Dustin Hoffman is terrible, obviously, but like his performance, he honestly just like seemed asleep. The like bad guy in this movie is so over the top. When he's like talking about like bombing the city, and he's so this movie is just nuts. I don't know, it's crazy. Anyone else have anything else to say?
I didn't go on my phone once.
Yeah,
me neither.
I was
Really?
on my phone the whole time.
Yeah, I didn't go on my phone.
for
I was
half of it.
actually like, whoa. I think I'm bored of my phone, during this whole quarantine thing. Because like last week I had an average screen time of like 7 hours, and I have an average screen time of like 2. I think I'm bored of my phone. I think that's the reason why. There's nothing to do,
Congratulations,
Like,
Paul.
yeah, I think I've outgrown phones.
Wow.
I'm a boomer.
That's one of the bad words we can't use on this podcast.
Anti-tech revolution.
Okay, should we all give our scores then?
Yes.
Is there a scoring system that is mandatory?
We
here?
all use our own scoring system, so you can use whatever you want, Jack. You're up first.
Oh, okay. I give it 2 out of 6 Jack points.
I am going to give it a 2 out of 10. Just normal score.
I'm gonna give it a
I want to
3.
give it a D.
Oh,
Brain
okay.
dude.
I want to give it a D.
I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 11.
Hey, Nick, our scores are pretty similar. Okay, So then later that very year, another virus movie came out. I guess it was just the year of the virus.
Whoa! You trying to take my screen time?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Nick. Say your comments. I have to go run and get a charger anyway to charge my AirPods.
Yeah, he's gonna pee. He's
Oh,
lying.
same here. I want to get a charger.
Should we just wait?
No, Nick. Say your facts.
No, I'm waiting. So, Jack,
Just you and me now.
how's it
It's
going?
2 hours. I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. You know, I need to get a new pair of headphones. You recommend any?
I'm using this like $15 pair. I've had for like a year. They're pretty good. I got them on Amazon. I don't know what they're called.
Okay.
Yeah.
My dog
Yeah.
threw up all over my carpet today.
That's freaking awesome.
What?
My dog threw up all over my carpet.
That's nasty, dude.
He ate too much grass and then he threw up everywhere.
What? You gotta kick that dog, dude.
No,
Yeah, put him down.
we
Put him
don't.
down. Put him down. Put him
On
down.
the
Put him
Film Studies Club podcast, we do not support animal abuse.
I'm cutting this
Ooh,
out.
me too.
No,
We
you should.
support it, and we watched like 3 movies about killing monkeys, and we definitely support that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, the monkey during the movie. I literally wanted to kill that thing the entire time, and I don't know why.
It was really
There were
annoying
more-
looking. It was weird.
There were more monkeys in Outbreak than there were in 12 Monkeys, so I was a little upset with that. I don't think that there were 12 monkeys in all of the film 12 Monkeys.
Okay. Anyways,
Nick,
so-
you need to leave that. You need to leave all of that in.
No. Okay. Anyways, so
Please. That can be for our Patreon supporters that don't exist.
we don't have a Patreon.
We should make a Patreon, and then like my
That's why I
parents will
said don't
support it.
exist.
What?
Nothing.
Okay, anyway, so fact 1 about Outbreak. So, you know when they're investigating the village in Zari? I don't know how to pronounce that. During that scene, there are several huts that are burned down. And apparently, this is actually accurate because this is like the actual travel method of like kind of containing the spread of infection in a tribe. So, like, they literally just burned down huts after like a while just to contain the virus. Anyways, that's funny. And second
Great
fact.
fact, man.
Thank you. Second fact, the pictures of the Matoba virus, which is the virus in the movie, are just pictures of Ebola because they're that lazy.
Yeah, I thought that was funny that they were like mentioning Ebola throughout, and I saw it, and it like definitely looked like Ebola, and I'm like, this movie is nuts.
They couldn't.
No,
like,
it's Ebola, but they flipped it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
usually they have Ebola horizontally, they made it vertical. So it's kind of different.
yeah, they couldn't create their own like virus like image. They had to get an existing one because that's just how lazy they are.
I think what was interesting is that, you know, the difference, you know how they were showing the difference between the original virus and the mutated one? The mutated one just looked like a higher resolution picture of like the first
Blurry.
one.
On the side,
Like, yeah, exactly. Like
It was
like
so
the pure one
lazy.
was just like a serious. It was
hands,
very
hands.
lazy.
Yeah, that one's a PND.
Is it just me, or like does the Ebola virus kind of look like a penis?
Yeah,
Okay.
I watched my little brother, and
Yeah,
he kept
dude,
making
people
that
died.
comment.
People died, bro. People died.
Hey,
Not cool.
Jack Loeprich Gaming's little brother said so. So
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Robert, this is
my
for
whole family
college.
was like, no, that's a penis. I was like, that's not a penis.
Guys, people
Violence.
died. Okay, I just want to make sure that no one on this call right now condones the actions of the Ebola virus.
yeah, no, none of us condone the actions of the Ebola virus. I think
Yeah,
that's
Ebola's
it.
a bad guy. I don't like him.
yeah, screw Ebola.
In 2016, I went on a march against Ebola. Okay, I am very much anti-Ebola.
Did you actually?
No, I did not, Nick. There's 2 marches against the virus.
They did that in the office, though.
yeah, a parody of American life.
Yeah.
Nick, do you have any more facts?
No, that was my last one.
Can you play a transition sound effect?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, wait. Hold on. Boom.
Okay, now we're on to the next virus movie, 12 Monkeys. So this one was directed by Terry Gilliam, the guy who directed, what do you call it? The Monty Python and the Holy Grail and
Oh my
Brazil.
Damn.
He makes some very different movies, that guy. And it stars Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt and Christopher Plummer and some woman that I didn't know the name of. And it takes place in the year 2035, and there's this convict dude. Here, I'll just read it word for word. I'm done trying to sum it. In the year 2035, Convict James Cole reluctantly volunteers to be sent back in time to discover the origin of a deadly virus that wiped out nearly all of the Earth's population and forced the survivors into underground communities. But when Cole is mistakenly sent to 1990 instead of 1996, he's arrested and locked up in a mental hospital. That's where he meets psychiatrist Dr. Catherine Rayleigh and patient Jeffrey Goins, the son of a famous virus expert who may hold the key to the mysterious rogue group, the Army of 12 Monkeys, thought to be responsible for unleashing the killer disease. That is such a long synopsis. And wow. I feel like it kind of just gives away the first 50 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this film.
Okay, then let's not start. Let's go in reverse order. So we're skipping Nick because he hasn't seen it. So Paul Hool, what were your thoughts on 12 Monkeys?
This movie was kind of complicated for me. It was hard to like keep track of all that going on because they were like going back and forth in time and everything. Let's see what else. Let me pull up my notes here.
Was I supposed to take notes?
No, don't worry. None of us take notes except for Paul Hool.
I took notes.
This time I didn't take notes. This is the only movie I paid for, and I watched it with my entire family. And my mom's went on Facebook, and then my dad went on Facebook, and my brother fell asleep, so I was the only one watching the movie. Which says a lot about this movie because it's a very complicated movie, you know? My parents are not dumb. They're not like, they don't have low IQs. I'm very sure they're above, like, you know how there's a bell curve? They're like on the other side of the bell curve, not the word side, the other side.
Oh.
Bleep that.
See that on the internet, dude?
I think we're gonna need to put an explicit on this podcast. We're really branching out there with
they
this.
Checked out, bro.
Better not.
They checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all you have to say about this movie?
Wait, let me think.
I believe in you. Bruce Willis. Bald dude.
Get Hargan in here.
Bruce Willis was, I don't know, he just didn't seem smart in this movie. Like, he seemed like a meathead.
That's just kind of Bruce Willis in general.
Like if 5 billion people were at stake, I wouldn't send a guy like Bruce Willis to the past.
Absolutely.
Like, he just seems like such an idiot, you know? And he just seems like a Fast and the Furious kind of guy. That's all I have to say.
Like Vin Diesel?
Yeah, I think you're comparing.
Yeah, like Vin Diesel.
I loved Vin Diesel in The Pacifier.
For such a long time.
You know, I have to say, one of my complaints about this movie, and like, okay, first off, I agree with you, Paul. This movie is confusing as heck. Like, this movie is like jumping around to a bunch of different time frames, and I was constantly getting lost, and I felt like I constantly like didn't know what was going on. But regardless of that, I mean, I still had kind of a fun time with it. I enjoyed it. My biggest problems were that the characters, they were either one note, or they changed a lot, or they were just really boring, or they were like all three somehow. Like, Brad Pitt is a great actor, and like all the actors do a good job in this movie, but Brad Pitt's character was literally just like, crazy dude, I'm gonna act crazy the entire time. And then Bruce Willis's guy, he was stupid in some scenes, and then I felt like he was smart in others, and in other scenes he just seemed like a lunatic, and like I couldn't tell what was going on with him. And like the lead female character, what's the actress's name? Madeline Stowe. She was like the most consistent out of all of them, but even then I didn't really understand her motivation for going along with Bruce Willis through like everything when she didn't really have to. And I don't know if I missed something, but like I didn't understand that. And just generally, I think this movie didn't have a clear view of what it wanted to be. I think that it was trying a bit too hard to be like this cool sci-fi movie that has like super mind-bending concepts and stuff like that. And in doing so, it just kind of like loses the audience because the audience is confused about like what's going on with the story. And there was no like emotional resonance with what was going on. I did like the twist ending, and I actually did like the ending like overall. And I think the message of this movie is interesting. The only thing that made me mad about the ending, you know, let's not spoil it because it's actually like a spoilery ending. But there was a certain clothing choice that kind of just gave away the twist early. But besides that, 12 Monkeys, it's fine. It's a fine movie. Jack?
Yeah.
So before I watched 12 Monkeys, the day before, I watched Fight Club, which also has Brad Pitt. Great movie. And I realized that their characters are almost exactly the same. Both of them are like maniacs talking about how they hate like consumerism. So interesting tidbit.
That's
I'm
true.
the
That's
fact
very
guy
true.
now. Interesting little factoid. Yeah, it was like kind of all over the place, and the ending disappointed me. I felt like when they spend the entire movie trying to trying to do one thing, and then kind of without spoiling too much, it's kind of irrelevant. It just felt like it was working towards nothing the whole time. Like the last 20 minutes of the movie made the whole first part of the movie just irrelevant and pointless, and it didn't matter. But despite that, it was fun. Like, it was fun. As one note, as Brad Pitt's lunatic character was, he was fun to just watch. He was funny. Um, I don't know. There weren't really enough monkeys. I think I was promised 12. I think there were maybe 3 monkeys in the entire movie.
Yeah, at most 3 monkeys.
That's false advertising.
I know, right?
Unfortunate. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, the wig at the end, the wig and the mustache. Where he Bruce Willis, he gets the wig and he gets the mustache, and he looks like, my sister said that he looks like Joe Exotic. He looks like the Tiger King in the last part of the movie. And then I could not take it seriously, that whole dramatic end piece. I don't want to spoil it, but oh my god, I was laughing. It took itself too seriously at the end for what Bruce Willis looked like in that movement. It was lovely. I had a good laugh. That's my 2 cents.
That's those are good 2 cents. I could buy a bagel with those 2 cents.
Okay,
so-
wait. Can we talk about like all the elephants and the giraffes roaming around New York City and
Yeah.
how weird that was? Like,
Mm.
we're stuck in a traffic jam because the monkeys got let out.
We got a 12 monkeys issue
That's
here,
such a
Yeah, I'm
part
walking
of the
here.
movie.
Monkeys in the street.
12 monkey traffic, they got a bunch of giraffes.
Yeah, it's a movie called 12 Monkeys, and there was giraffe traffic. Like, it's very
There wasn't even
obvious.
any monkey traffic.
They should have had
didn't have
Donkey
this-
Kong.
You had elephant traffic, you had lion traffic, there was no monkey traffic.
I wanted my damn monkey traffic. They cheated me out of my monkey traffic.
I just felt like a lot of this movie, there was just weird moments like that, and I also felt like this movie didn't explain enough. Like, I'm all for movies like not trying to over-explain to the audience or not trying to dumb it down, but I really could have used a bit more explanation of what was going on from scene to scene, because like I was just getting lost like all the time. And I really wish that they would have fleshed out like the group that was forcing Bruce Willis to go back in time. Like, I thought that was an interesting concept, and like, I don't know, the group was just weird.
The scene where he wakes up and they're like, there's the painting over his bed, and like, real surprise. He's just like freaking out in his bed. They're like, "You did it!" He's like surrounded by them. I love it. It's just got like those moments that weren't supposed to make you laugh, but they just are so like strange. I love that. It was great. Maybe worth watching just for those moments.
All right. Any other comments, or are we ready to give our scores? All right, score time. So, Jack.
3 out of 6. Horrible ending, but fun watch if you got an extra $4 lying on your bedside table.
Yeah, I got Netflix DVD recently because they have like a lot of movies that you can't find without having to pay like $4. So I got to watch this through Netflix DVD. So it was like any other streaming service
I
for
don't
me.
think anybody cares. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Anyways, I'm going to give 12 Monkeys a 6.5 out of 10. Oh, you're the last person.
I'm gonna give it a C.
See, seems like a very fair grade. Nick, can you hit us with those facts, bro?
All right, I got 2 facts for you. So, Terry Gilliam, the director, I believe, of this movie, when going to Bruce Willis for the part, he gave him a like really long list of Willis acting cliches for him to explicitly not use during this movie. And I think that's really funny.
That makes sense, because this is definitely one of Bruce Willis's better performance, because I feel like it's not the same as all of his other performance, so it actually makes sense.
And second fact, Bruce Willis did the entire movie for free, just to be with, just like to work with Terry Gilliam. He was only paid after the movie was like released.
Huh.
So that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Terry Gilliam, he's like an interesting director. Like I said earlier, he just makes movies that are like so unrelated to each other. Like this and Monty Python and the Holy Grail are like completely separate movies, and those two movies are completely separate from Brazil, which is his other big movie. Like he's an interesting guy. All right, are we ready for a transition sound effect?
Yeah.
Well, Jack's not here, dude.
Jack, are you ready? Ah, I heard him.
Oh yes. Oh, Jack said he's ready.
21. 21. 21.
5 minutes, and I come back to this.
Did you hear the transition sound effect, Jack?
What? The
You get the
21? The meme that's been not funny for how many years now?
Excuse me.
Should I get? Do you want to play the damn Daniel.mp3?
Oh yeah, I need to add damn Daniel. I forgot about that.
Anyways, our next movie, which is our last contagious-based movie, virus-based movie, is Contagion. And this one stars Marion Cotillard, Matt Damon, Lawrence Fishburne, Jude Law, Kate Winslet, Gwyneth Paltrow, Bryan Cranston. It's got a lot of people in it.
Yeah.
And it's directed by Steven Soderbergh, and it follows. This is the plot. No, this is the tagline. Nothing spreads like fear. Now this is the plot. As an epidemic of a lethal airborne virus, that kills within days, rapidly grows, the worldwide medical community races to find a cure and control the panic that spreads faster than the virus itself. All right. Let's start. Let's see. How about I go first, and then we'll do Jack Pahul. Okay. Contagion, I think, is like the best movie out of all of these. I really, really do enjoy this movie. And anytime I watch a Steven Soderbergh movie, I'm like pleasantly surprised because he's made movies like High Flying Bird and Unsane. And I know those are his like two least popular movies, but he also made Logan Lucky and the Oceans movies and Magic Mike, surprisingly. And this one, what I love about Steven Soderbergh's movies is that like they're not ever like anything exceptional, but he makes movies that are like exactly what they need to be. And they never are more than that. And I think that's actually like a really good skill when a director can recognize this is the limits of this project and this is the best thing that it can be. And he kind of did that with Contagion. I thought this movie was a really great blend of everything that a Contagion movie should do. Like it dealt with the scientific side of things, it dealt with the emotional side of things, it dealt with the panic, and it kind of tackled everything. And in doing so, it did kind of feel a little bit like scattered. But just because I've seen so many Steven Soderbergh movies, that's just kind of a thing with his movies. They're all very scattered and like they feel like they're kind of just like running around all the time. And also, he is great with ensembles of people because there are so many famous people in this movie. And like when you have people that are that famous and there's so many of them, you can sometimes just get distracted like, oh, that's that actor. But a lot of them I felt, well, not unrecognizable. It's just like it didn't occur to me that it was them until like after the movie because they were just very into their characters. And a lot of them were playing characters that they like don't normally play. And I thought that they just like all around did a good job. I think the best way to tell if a director did a good job is if it feels like the movie is just well-rounded in general. And I think that this one is really well-rounded. So I enjoy it a lot. I think it could have had a stronger message because the end of the message is like, wash your hands. It's like, oh, okay. But again, I mean, if it had a super strong message, that's not really what the movie was intended to do. So I really liked Contagion. Anyways, on to Jack.
Yeah, I also would say that this was the strongest of the three movies. It's also the most realistic, most down to earth. Did not take itself too seriously. And you're right, big star-studded cast. My favorite part was within the first 10 minutes, they kill Gwyneth Paltrow as reparation for the Goop Lab, which I think was a good choice overall. But yeah, no, it definitely had its moments. It wasn't like particularly exciting. Like there were moments where I was just kind of in a lull, but I was, constantly pulled back into it. And they never really, I think the fact that there's no really one main character and it just cut between all these different people and different parts of this outbreak kept you entertained because it was a new story and nobody's story sort of got dragged out or boring. And it wasn't too long either. I wasn't thinking, when is this going to end? It ended I think, just at the right time, and it was worth a watch. Yeah, I liked it a lot. That's it.
All right. Who?
Yeah, I think this is definitely like the strongest of the three. It was the most realistic one. Like this is a possible thing that could happen. That's what I was thinking during this movie, and that's what made this movie like the scariest one for me, because it's like this could easily happen in real life. And I think like the most insane part of this movie, like the scariest part, is the last like minute of it. Like how possible, like a random bunch of circumstances which is completely possible could happen, and this huge thing could just start. That was just insane to me.
Yeah.
Like you start from, okay, this is spoilers, so I'm not going to say it, but whatever. It was pretty insane. It was pretty freaking insane.
Yeah.
In fact, I went back and I watched it again, like that last minute, because of how I found it really cool. So if you don't want to watch the entire movie, just watch like the last minute of it. It's definitely worth it.
Don't do that.
Yeah, the last minute of the movie, after I watched it, I did the same thing. I had to go back and watch it one more time because I was like, wait, it like kind of threw me off guard. And then like I did like its message. I wish it was a bit more emotional, but like the idea that like just these random circumstances can cause a pandemic, I think it's very topical to right now. I think the reason that this movie is not only the scariest but also like the most realistic is that the virus isn't so lethal that it kills everybody that it infects. Like that was the problem with 12 Monkeys and with Outbreak. Their viruses were so deadly that they, in 12 Monkeys it killed 5 billion people. In this one it's like 1 in 4, and just like those odds are still I think that they're even more terrifying than like 99%, because that feels like something that is realistic. That feels like it could be a real virus. And I think this movie was said to be somewhat unrealistic when it came out, and I think it's hilarious now that there's so many parallels to the virus, that's circulating right now with Contagion. And I don't know, I just think it's pretty cool. I like this one quite a bit.
Wait, so did okay, this is not a spoiler, but like did Gwyneth Paltrow like cheat on Matt Damon in the movie?
Yeah.
Like did that actually happen?
With her ex-husband.
Or because she got the virus from someone else?
They tell you that in the first like 5 minutes, because she's like, yeah, it was good to have sex with you, and then she like spreads the virus across
she did, huh? She did have sex.
Almost as if
Because she did that, it killed her son, which is like really sad to think about.
Imagine cheating on Matt Damon. I wouldn't cheat on Matt.
Yeah. Who?
Wait, no, it didn't kill her son. No, it didn't kill her son because she did that, because she got the virus from like the Chinese guy, the Chinese chef.
Well,
it wasn't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I would cheat on Matt Damon if he was on Mars.
Like at like the Martian. That's it.
Yeah, good one, Nick. Yeah, look at this clever guy. Nick, don't clap for yourself. Anyways, should we just give the scores and move on to facts?
Sure.
All right, Jack, what's your score?
Solid 4 out of 6 Jack points.
We're increasing 2, 3, 4. It's going up. I'm gonna give this one a 7.5 out of 10.
B.
IGN.
All right, Nick, what are some cool facts about Contagion?
So the first thing is that this movie recently went up to the top of the iTunes rentals charts just because of COVID-19. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, come on.
Nick,
there we
you're
go.
not supposed
now
to say the name. It demonetizes our
now
video.
we're demonetized. Why did I not say coronavirus in the... Okay, my background is the coronavirus, by the way. Yeah, thanks a lot, Nick.
Oh, we can't even get money from this.
You don't know that. What if this one gets like 40,000 views?
Robert, you need a minimum of 20,000 subscribers to get, or 10,000 to get monetized.
What if we got that while we were on the podcast? So
well, I'm so sorry.
All of Jack's friends just
who made you Mr. YouTube? Who made you Mr. YouTube?
How many friends do you think I have? I don't have 20,000 friends.
I think you have 20,000. 20,000 online friends.
Okay, well, anyways. So to promote this film when it came out, Warner Bros. Actually made a massive petri dish and treated it with little bacteria. And over time, as the bacteria grew, it grew out to spell out the name of the film. So that's pretty cool.
Good for them.
That is dedication.
Good job, Warner
Such
Bros.
a stupid thing to do, but okay.
It's kind of cool. It's memorable.
Yeah.
Shut up, Paul.
Okay, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
That's my feelings about this next one that we're going to be talking about. So,
Hold up.
Jack
Hold
Loeprich,
up. No.
Jack Loeprich Gaming, is a very adamant fan of Donkey Kong Country, which was a TV show in the late '90s. It was a CGI animation,
Oh my
and
God.
it is a here. Let's see what the plot synopsis is on IMDb, because I'm genuinely curious what they have to say about this show.
Oh, boy.
Donkey
Is it
Kong
Donkey?
and his sidekick Diddy
Oh,
Kong
yeah.
star in a computer-generated rendition of the classic video game. Donkey Kong isn't too smart, but he is the strongest monkey on the island of Congo Bongo, thanks largely to his diet of bananas. He's charged with protecting the Orb of Power, the crystal coconut from King K. Rules constant attempts to
King K.
steal
rule.
it
Dude,
in
it's King
his
K. rule.
quest. King K. Rule. King K.
King
rules.
K. rule. Or cruel.
Constant
If you're
attempts to steal it
monkey.
in his quest to rule the island, though he often seems more interested in luscious Candy Kong, who works in the barrel factory.
Oh my God, that was so weird. She was so weird. Like, why did
Dude,
they have
she's
to
so hot.
sexualize
Candy Kong is
a
so
monkey
fucking hot,
so
dude.
much?
Oh,
Like,
look at
Jesus
I
Christ.
girl?
on the
She
on
was
the pod. My
literally
bad.
naked.
Yeah, dude. You better believe I
Oh.
think Candy Kong is the sexiest primate around, dude. Better
No,
believe
it's
it.
kind of hard to
Damn.
argue with that, Paul.
Did you see that haircut? The headband?
How
You see
about
that?
No, man, I was just
Anybody else
telling
see
her
that?
to put some clothes on when I was watching it.
Oh yeah.
yeah, she was
it's-
wearing jean short shorts and she was a monkey, and it just looked very odd.
It just
Mhm.
so odd, you
Jack,
know.
you need to calm
It just
down.
looked like a horrific combination. Disgusting. Like that's why stuff like AIDS gets around, because people look at cartoons like that
Okay, Paul.
and they do stuff with monkeys.
We're
Are
cutting
you
that
saying
out.
That-
are you
that's how it
saying
starts.
AIDS was caused by Candy Kong? Is that what you're saying? Do you want that to be a public statement?
I would not be surprised, my friend.
Wow.
Um,
Okay. Nick, why don't you start off with telling us your thoughts about the we only watched the series premiere, by the way. We only watched the very first one, which was Bad Hair Day.
Yeah, so I tried to watch this right after I had just finished Outbreak. I watched the first half and I could not finish it. I was like, this is too garbage for my eyeballs. And I had to click away.
how about we have a rule where you just aren't allowed to talk in the podcast ever again? Can we have that rule?
Okay, listen here. The
No.
CGI is just so...
No, you listen here! Donkey Kong Country. It's a gem, okay? Did you see
Okay,
the
no,
animation?
but-
You're going to rip on the animation?
No, but to the defense of Donkey Kong,
Mhm.
to my understanding, it came out a year before the first Toy Story came out, which was like a revolution in CGI animation.
It
So
came
what
out
they
2
were
years after.
dealing with?
Gotta pave the
Okay,
way,
no, I-
actually.
Oh, I thought it came out a year
What's
before.
the-
Never mind.
No.
There's no defense for Donkey Kong.
Toy
No, there's
Story,
probably-
the first one was 1995, and Donkey Kong was 1997, and A Bug's Life was
Yeah, but
1998.
you're not
So look at A Bug's
you're not taking into consideration like post production. Like they were just still making it before Toy Story came out, and so the Toy Story guys saw the animation that they were doing over there at the Donkey Kong Country show, and that actually inspired
Are
them to make-
you pitching the idea that this is like a decade-long endeavor of making Donkey
Yeah.
Kong Country?
Yeah. I'm working on a documentary about it.
Oh, are you? Oh, are you?
Oh, really?
Is it
We
gonna
can
be
interview
animated?
that.
no.
We can review that on the podcast whenever you're done with it. That actually sounds interesting. That would be.
Yeah, it would be a lot better than any of the 3 movies that I watched for this podcast. right here. You guys were okay. Who is the person that you're having on next week? Who is that person?
Our French teacher.
Our Spanish teachers,
Okay.
French/Spanish.
So
Spanish
for
slash
me,
French.
the movies you wanted me to watch, because I was supposed to go on next week, were both of the Trolls movies. Are you gonna make your French teacher watch both of the Trolls movies?
And
Yeah.
Shrek, right? We're putting
You're
Shrek
going
in
to-
there.
Both of the
And
Chelsea
Shrek,
movies.
Shrek doesn't just you can't Shrek doesn't balance out both of the Trolls movies. You can't it doesn't make up for it, right?
He's so
Like
pissed
you can't be
off.
like, oh, I just watched quote of the Trolls movies, my mind will never be the same. I'm going to be in a psychiatric ward for the rest of my life, but at least I got to watch the original Shrek.
Okay. You know what else is interesting about that? I don't think she knows this yet, but she's gonna have to pay $20 to watch Trolls 2
What?
because it's coming out on Friday and the
Okay,
rent
I don't
cost
think
is
she's
$20.
gonna watch it. No, I don't think she's gonna
You guys are
watch it.
gonna
She's gonna
make
be
me
like,
pay
"Oh, I didn't watch
$20
it."
to
She
watch
has the
Trolls
power.
2?
No, she has all the power. She can
You know
just
what?
say
Why don't we
no,
set up
and
a
then we're
cast
done.
room and she can watch it with us?
Yeah.
Oh, like I could play it right now.
Oh.
Do not.
Hold on.
Okay, bleep that out in the podcast. We do not want that getting up.
Yeah, no, you can't.
I have you on recording saying that. I could send that to your service
Anybody is
provider.
actually going to legally purchase Trolls 2.
I
Oh
think
god, my
families
VPN
will.
isn't on.
What?
His VPN wasn't on, so apparently local law enforcement can hear the podcast.
This
Oh,
is
no.
Now I'm gonna get deported.
getting.
Anyways, Paul, why don't you share your thoughts on the Donkey Kong Country TV show?
I think I've said everything that needed to be said. I think that Candy is too sexualized. I think that his little side buddy, he's too much of a kid. I don't like that.
You're
Like, you
stepping
know,
on
man up,
eggshells.
you know? Like maybe you should, you know, they should empower people. Like they should empower Donkey Kong's little kid because that's just screwed up. Because
What are
Donkey
you
Kong just
talking
walks all over his
This is
little
the civil
sidekick.
rights
His little
movement, bro.
sidekick
Donkey
with
Kong.
the hat. He has a hat, and he's like swinging around and stuff. He doesn't do anything. That was really stupid. And I don't like the whole competition between crocodiles versus mammals. I think that's I don't know. I just think it's human centric.
The crocodile needs to lose some weight, in my opinion.
Oh damn, he does. Yeah.
Anyways, my thoughts on the Donkey Kong Country TV show. I don't think nobody's mentioned it yet, but how about the song number that's in the middle of the episode when Candy Kong, the robot version of Candy Kong, breaks out in like a 2-minute dance and song number? I had to
No,
skip.
I didn't
forward.
mind it. I
That
didn't
was the
mind
first
it. I didn't
song.
mind it at all. Yeah,
Really?
I didn't mind it at all.
I
It
didn't
was
even
just
get that far.
I really
disturbing
didn't
to
mind
me. It was
I just
disturbing
watched it.
for some reason.
I just watched it. You know, it was fine. It was chill. It was
And,
very chill.
I have to mention the movement of the mouths was really distracting to me because
Oh yeah.
it so did not look like what they were actually saying. Like, here's the thing: this is 1997, so we can't like bag on the animation too much, but it's so unbelievably bad, and it looks so like unrendered that I know it's like an older TV show, but it's so unbelievably awful that it honestly came off as like creepy to me. Like I get weirded out by like really old CGI animation, and this like weirded me out. I don't know why. It just there was something freaky about it. I also thought it was interesting that Donkey Kong ate like 50 bananas and then he eats one and immediately all of his hair is back. And I also thought it was interesting with Candy Kong how she can't make up her she can't make up her mind because there's like the one guy and he brings her a cake and he's like, oh, why don't you go out with me? And she's like, you're a slob. I'm waiting for Donkey Kong. And then Donkey Kong comes in and she's like, oh, my hero. And then the moment Donkey Kong shows up, a cake falls on her head for some reason. And then she's like, God, Donkey Kong, you were just the worst person ever. Why are you even here? And then he's like, okay, I guess I'm going back now. And he goes back on the computer. There's just so many weird things about the show. One episode was like more than enough. There's no way I could watch this whole thing.
You're so caught up in what you call an inconsistency where Candy Kong like can't like 1 minute she loves him and the next minute she hates him. Well, I got some news for you, bucko. That's love, all right? What the Donkey Kong TV show does is accurately, read my lips, accurately captures the romantic landscape, right? Sometimes that spark, it flies. Other times, it just doesn't. And I think that the show does a good job of capturing the essence of romance there. Thank you very much.
Wow. You know what? Maybe you've convinced me, Jack. Maybe I do like this show. Do you have any final thoughts, Jack Loeprich Gaming?
No.
That's surprising.
All right, let's Well, we'll just give you a thumbs up. Okay. Let's give our scores. So, Jack, why don't you put your glasses back on? What's your score for this show?
1 out of 6. I hated it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 1 out of 10. This was baffling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I hated the show.
C minus.
C minus? That's it?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You want me to give it more?
Well, okay, no, it's like, never mind. Nick?
I'm going to
It's
give
a very interesting cross section into the society before all the animation. You know,
Not
it's like,
apartheid.
nowadays people like corporations just use animation to make merchandise like Minions and Despicable Me 3 and 2 and 1.
And cats.
But this is like the golden era of animation. It was the birth of modern Disney Pixar. It's the birth of our childhood. Like it's the birth of our childhood.
Did Jack and Paul just like switch personalities without us noticing? Anyways, Nick.
I want to give this a thumbs up emoji.
I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, 100%, perfect score.
Wow, really different sides of the spectrum on the voting.
Right.
All right, let's get a transition sound effect.
Whoa.
Facts. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you found some facts about this?
Well, one of them I had to make up. And the other one...
Wait. Let's try to guess which one you made up. It's like
You
two
can't make
truths
up
and
a
a lie.
fact.
Well,
You can't make up a fact.
Technically, it's not made up, but like it's my own fact that I know.
Okay.
Oh, lame.
So, and the other fact I got from Wikipedia. So, the first fact, 20 seconds into the intro, there is a frame of Donkey Kong sitting, and his behind is very large. And this made the internet go into a spiral into a frenzy in the year of 2019. That's my first fact. Oh, there's Jack.
I love him. Yeah, he's thick, dude. Donkey Kong has a...
Paul!
Nick, this is audio only. Paul's not doing anything weird.
Okay.
What's your
Anyways,
other fact?
second fact. Apparently, the show itself, not like the game, the show sparked a large line of merchandise in Japan, and this also in Japan sparked a manga and a collectible card game of the Donkey Kong Country TV show. Imagine a manga of that.
Jack, you got to get your hands on that manga and review it for our Patreon.
I don't play... Me and my homies, we don't play Magic the Gathering. We play Donkey Kong Country card game over and over and over again. We got tournaments of that.
Now I want to play it. Anyways, I think we can go into a...
Is that like a record scratch?
Yeah, that was a record scratch. It's mobile game time. You know what, Paul? Mobile games are your thing, so I'm going to let you introduce this one.
Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. Okay, I think...
It's Angry Birds 2.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
Sure. No, but I have it now. This is Angry Birds 2. This is the second Angry Birds. Actually, I don't think it's the second one because I made Angry Birds Space, Angry Birds Rio, Angry Birds Go, Angry Birds. I played all of them, and I think this one. I don't know how to feel about this one. I think they made the graphics better. I don't like the Bluebird personally. The Bluebird kind of sucks. Like I don't like the Bluebird at all.
Okay, we're judging the content of the game.
We asked you to
Bluebird's
introduce
part of the
the game with the
content.
plot synopsis.
Oh yeah, Angry Birds 2 by Rovio Entertainment.
What's the plot?
Plot of the Angry Birds?
Yeah.
Oh wait, so the piggies steal the eggs.
The pigs
and
contain a
birds are
virus, and they're trying to eradicate it.
Shut up.
It's like
These are
with the Black Death when they threw people with the disease over the wall so that other people can get infected. It's like that.
That was actually the first
use of biological
warfare and in recorded history. That's very interesting actually. But anyway, moving on. The birds are angry, so they try to get their eggs back.
Yeah.
Okay, Jack, why don't you start us off with the discussion of this game?
Okay, here's my discussion of the game. You guys want what 20,000 viewers, and you're reviewing Angry Birds 2. When did Angry Birds 2 come out? How long has Angry Birds 2 been on the market?
It actually
you know
came
how
out
many
in
people
2020.
care about your? Do you know how many people care about your opinion of Angry Birds 2? Like me and like 6 other people maybe.
That's better
Angry
than
Birds 2.
Generous.
I installed Angry Birds 2 and I tried to play it. And I was on a hike and I didn't have service, and it wouldn't let me play it because I didn't have internet. It wouldn't let me play Angry Birds 2 because I didn't have internet. Why do I need internet to play Angry Birds 2? They added they added the fat ass bird, the big one, right? Or
No. That one was in the first game. They added the gray bird that like did the.
Okay. I should say plus size bird, but not fat ass bird. Yeah. No. What was the gray? What did the gray one do?
It like went and like you launched it and then you tapped it and it went like it was like a dive bomb.
Oh yeah, like with the egg. No.
Oh.
No. It dive bomb. Like it went in a circle and then landed on the piggies.
Okay. Do you guys ever play Bad Piggies?
No.
Yes.
The spin-off?
Dude,
Spin-off
that was
game?
awesome.
Yeah, no, if we want to review a mobile game, we should be talking about Bad Piggies, because Bad Piggies,
Okay,
let me tell you something.
I'm down for
Bad
talking
Piggies is
about
good.
Bad
Can we talk
Piggies,
about
though.
Minion
I can
Rush?
talk about Bad
Or
Piggies.
Minion Run, or whatever it's called.
Dude,
What happened to this segment?
Minion Rush. I love Minion Rush, dude. I'm so good at
Wait,
Minion Rush.
let's
It's
save
crazy.
it. Let's save it for another week. Let's talk about Angry Birds 2 because that
Let's
was
not. Let's skip the whole bit on Angry Birds 2.
I like Angry Birds 2 quite a bit.
Yeah.
It brought me back to my childhood. It was fun.
I think it's
You
like
can play Angry Birds 2.
Oh, you know what
Or
I didn't? They
you can do
removed it,
anything else.
the very recognizable the soundtrack of Angry Birds, the original one. They removed it. Yeah, that's not in Angry Birds 2, and that's screwed up. I think that's very screwed up.
Yeah, actually, that is screwed up. I
The
didn't even
original-
notice that.
Is there sort of an original soundtrack for Angry Birds 2? Got its own theme?
Yeah, there's not even a soundtrack. It's just some weird noises.
I feel like Angry Birds 2 and Plants vs Zombies 2 are very similar games in that like they're just like the graphics are extremely similar, and also the soundtrack is really similar, and also like the content of just increasing
The
the amount of
soundtrack is not similar. That's the
Have you
problem.
listened to the Angry Birds 2 soundtrack and the Plants vs Zombies 2 soundtrack, and like have you studied these two things and then compared them?
Yeah,
I don't
Nick.
think you have to do
That's what Nick does. He's our fact checker guy. He has
You
to check all the
suck,
facts.
dude. You suck.
Why I have to ask. Why mobile games?
Because who plays a lot of mobile games?
I do not play that many mobile games. I literally just said that I'm down to 2 hours on my phone.
In Sliss Crinkard's class, you downloaded like 6 games in a matter of 20 minutes.
Well, because the ads pop up. How am I
Is it-
supposed to know?
We've never had a guest just question our entire like podcast segment. This is really
Yeah,
interesting.
no, this is awesome. We're having
To
revolution.
be fair, he's our second guest. He's our second guest, guys.
I mean,
I didn't even think about that. We've like thought so far in the future with all the guests and stuff.
Jackal, what do you want to do?
not talk about Angry Birds 2.
That doesn't answer my question.
I don't know.
Wait, what? Wait, how does that not answer his question, Nick?
It's not what I wanted.
What does he
Well,
want
that
to do with his
it's
life?
true.
That's what Nick was asking. Probably.
That's not what
I
I'm
don't know.
asking.
What are you asking?
Oh! I thought we were gonna bring up Bernie Sanders in this podcast. Yeah, Bernie Sanders.
Oh yeah,
dropped out,
Bernie
guys.
dropped out. Quite sad.
I know. I do.
Pawn Jarker just
shame.
checked out. If you know what I'm saying, up top,
He what?
checked out because he's like you know.
Anyways, shall we just go into our scores for Angry Birds 2? It sounds like no one really wants to talk about this game.
I could talk about it, but fine.
Yeah,
No,
okay, let's talk about it. I enjoy this game. This game is
Let's
fun.
talk about Angry Birds 2. Let's do it.
Okay. Jack, give us your
I
honest
don't
thoughts
know,
about the
man.
content of this game.
You literally just said.
No. It's
He
my turn.
hates it.
It's my turn. Hey, can you shut up? It's my turn.
That's not cool,
I didn't play.
dude. I'm giving you a
He
clap.
didn't play it. He didn't even play. Get him out of here. Escort him
wait.
out.
You can't complain that we're reviewing it when you didn't play it.
I'm giving you another clap. Boo.
Losing it or are you losing it? I got real bummed.
You just glitched pretty hard, Jack. Not gonna lie. Okay, Nick, what are your thoughts on Angry Birds 2?
Yeah, I think I had like an internet bubble thing.
Okay, shut up. So I played this while watching Donkey Kong Episode 1. And it was really boring. I couldn't get into it. I was like, oh, I'm shooting a bird and hitting some pigs. It's very repetitive and I don't know what else to do. Like, with other apps, there's like other things to do. Like, I don't know, that one game that I can't remember the name of, Arch Hero?
Minion Rush?
Minion Rush? Like, you can rush minions, but with Angry Birds, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna throw a bird. That's it. Nothing else you can do. Can't tell you, like, if you want something more, that sucks. I can go to another game. It's not good.
Wow. Well, we have quite split opinions on this game.
You know, Nick, what you just mentioned about how there's not a lot of other stuff to do except for hitting pigs with birds, I think that's why the sequel is good, because it stays to its roots. It doesn't go too far, and it gets that nostalgia, but it still has like revamped graphics and everything. It has kind of there's like a gambling system, which is very fun. I love gambling personally. And I just think it was a very entertaining mobile game.
Well, listen,
I had
Paul,
fun this week.
Nick,
I'm
cue
gonna
the
delete
applaud
it.
sound.
No,
Cue the applause sound.
no.
I'm gonna delete it in front of all you guys right now. But,
Paul, listen, some
because
roots
I'm
are
done with
made
this
for
game.
beer and some roots are made to stay in the ground.
I'm gonna delete this game.
Yeah,
Right,
even
I'm
Jeff
trying to do it
Loeprich is
without-
questioning that. I am playing it as we speak because I like this game.
I'm trying to delete this game, but it's so hard to do without. Wait, what did I? Uh-oh. Okay. Let's go. This is so hard.
Paul,
This is
we
like
believe
not
in
even.
you. We believe in you. You can do it, Paul.
Come on. Delete Angry Birds 2.
Just gotta use Siri. You can't. His fingers are too big.
Oh,
Can't
screw you.
Okay, let's give our scores for this game. Jack, let's start off with you. Oh, wait, you didn't play it.
I don't know.
It's
like
got. I
two
deleted it.
fat birds out of 3 fat birds.
Hey, that's pretty good. I'm going to give it a 7.8216 out of 10.
So like a
C plus.
Paul?
C plus.
I'm going to give it a 6 out of 0. It's literally not even like calculatable.
Nick, a 6 out of 0 is really good.
No, a 6 out of 0 is not defined.
it's not. It's undefined. It's nothing.
Well, I know
nothing.
that, but it sounds like a good grade. It's like 0 is the absolute
No,
best. and
it's so bad it doesn't even exist.
That would be like a 0 out of 0. Although that's 1.
No, but if you think about it, in the classic situation where you have 6 cookies and you have 0 friends, you get all the cookies, right? And
No,
that's
because
how
then
many.
you're one.
That's
Because you count as 1 in that scenario. So that's 6
Oh,
over 1.
shoot.
That's 6 cookies.
wait.
That's like having 6
the
cookies
0 cookies.
and there are no humans around or beings that would consume them ever.
Wait, then the cookies just rot. Then what's the use of the
Yeah,
cookies?
that-
If
It's
there are
nothing.
cookies and there are no humans around, does the cookie rot?
Who made the cookies? Who made the cookies?
Well, they would have been made.
Aren't
It's
there.
just because
God.
it
All
doesn't
that-
exist. They're theoretical.
What?
They're
Schrodinger's
both- okay, no, but-
cookies.
They're both rotting
No,
and
but
not rotting.
I know for a fact that I'd have an A in math if I had a 6 out of 0 on my last quiz. So
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
saying
Extra
it's a-
credit is at a 0.
Because
it's a pretty good score, dude.
So in the end, we all agree Nick is stupid. Yeah. All right. We all gave our scores except for Nick.
you can just get
Nick? Oh! I have a new level of stupid. Anyways, it is now time. Wait, transition sound effect.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can you choose a longer one?
He needs some milk.
That's a good one.
All right.
It's time.
These are like old, like memes.
They're ironic.
Jack, they're coming back.
No one understands irony better than me. I'm the irony man.
I invented
But,
irony.
what?
I invented irony.
Irony. I don't even know her.
Shut up.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to our user submitted questions. So if you want your question answered on the podcast, go to Film Studies Club Podcast on Instagram, look at one of the recent posts, and comment a question below. No, I'm reading them.
Okay, someone else.
Also, we have some questions that were like left over from other ones that were commented after we recorded it, so we're gonna answer those ones too. Okay, it's gonna be a long question series. Okay, starting off from at NPW204. This one is specifically for you, Jack. If Jack could switch lives with any of his friends, who would it be?
That's hard. That's my friend Noah who commented that. A wonderful person. You know what? Noah, just for that question, you, and switch lives with you.
Aww.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play an awe sound effect.
We're playing awesome.
My headphones just fell off.
How do you not have like a cute sound effect where it's like, aww?
Yeah,
He's got the damn Daniel soundboard over here.
Okay. At Wild Mustang Will writes, World War Z also features a virus. Not also watching that movie seems pretty lazy to me. That movie sucks.
I like that movie when I watched it when I was like 11.
So well, he's an idiot.
I watched it today. Last night I was gonna go to sleep and I was like, oh, tomorrow's our podcast. Let's check what the questions are. And I saw that Will Cooper commented that we should watch World War Z. So I was like, I'll set a reminder on my phone telling me to watch World War Z, and I did. I watched World War Z when I woke up. Instead of doing
did
my
you watch
physical
World War
work,
Z?
I did that.
I'm
Like
not
today,
sure.
I watched it today for the first time.
Okay, you did. You did watch it.
Wait,
Yes, I
Jack,
did.
have you seen
So
it?
screw you, Cooper.
Hmm?
Jack, have you seen it?
No.
I've seen it.
Oh. Well, hey, 3 out of 4 is not bad. So, heck you, Wild Mustang Will. All right, next
Yeah.
up, we have at Isabella Pedri. This seems like another one just for Jack. What are at Jack _ Loeprich _ Gaming's credentials as a film man?
What are your credentials to question my credentials as a film man? How about that?
Oh,
Back
damn.
off. Let's take
That's
a couple
slow
steps back
clap
next
moment.
time you
That's
comment.
that's a clap moment right there.
Yeah, next time you try to
that's
cancel
the
me,
applause, Nick.
I'll cancel you. How about that?
Why is the applause so short?
It isn't short. It's just like you can't hear it all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it still playing?
It finished like 2 seconds ago.
Okay. At Evan Stole My Bike comments, how does this is another one just for you? How does Jack get around the fact that he peaked in our 2018 showing of Addams Family? And that is shortly followed up by at Marcos Maximus 18, who says, I wouldn't say he peaked. He gave it his last in 2019 Mamma Mia play.
So yeah, these are two people who think my entire life is defined by my high school theater career, and they can shut their stupid mouths and never comment again. So how about that?
Were you in a production of Addams Family?
I was
Who were you?
Gomez Adams, baby. Yes,
Oh,
I dyed my
dang.
hair. I dyed my hair black. I had a little penciled on mustache. I said, "Oh, yeah, the smell of the graveyard." I had the whole thing. It was pretty dope. It was a
You
fun
need to
time.
send me pictures. And you were in Mamma Mia in 2019?
Mm-hmm.
Who were you in that?
Sam.
Mamma Mia herself.
Did you know they did Mamma Mia in Reading in 2019? It's a pretty crazy coincidence.
I'm believing
Yeah.
that.
It's nuts that
Pretty
two
nuts.
places would do the same play around the same time. That's crazy that happened.
I know, right? Okay, we have two questions from Marcos Maximus 18. The first one is, he writes, I got one. Will Jack Loeprich ever direct and star in a movie with all of his friends featuring zombies in a apocalyptic future?
That's a sweet thought. No, I won't. I won't do that.
Why
I
not?
won't. It's just like one of those things where it's like, hey, do you want to like? It's just so specific that I doubt that it'll ever happen. You know what I'm talking about?
You never know.
I guess I never know. Okay, I'll change my answer. Maybe.
All
Is that a
right.
good answer? Okay.
This next question is very much different from the last one.
Mhm.
And would Jack consider directing and acting if he asked Marvel Studios to do a Marvel Zombies film with his colleagues?
What is Marvel Zombies?
I don't know. Fact checker, can you look it up?
I don't think
that's not a thing. He just like said Marvel Zombies. Like,
no,
as if it
Marvel
were-
Zombies. He capitalized it, so it's a thing.
Yeah, because Marvel is a thing.
No, but he capitalized zombies as well.
I think we got some untapped potential there. Marvel's leaving a lot of money on the table, not making Marvel Zombies. And
Okay, there's a book titled Marvel Zombies Resurrection.
I'll just make the film adaptation of that. We'll write a screenplay. You and me, Marco.
I don't think it has anything to do with Marvel, though, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Probably does.
We'll talk about it.
Oh, I know
We'll
it does.
talk
I'm an idiot.
So this one is from @Thomas.J_White, who writes in @Jack_Loeprich_gaming. Can you explain the link between 12 monkeys and viruses?
No. Next question.
Anyways, and we have one more question on this post. It's from @JudeTaylor, who says, I got a good one for him. I'm assuming they're just talking about Jack, but I think we should all comment on this one.
Sure.
What's your favorite color, and how do you feel about the color orange and why?
Interesting. I'm going to get some sort of weird, annoying orange meme thrown at me.
Annoying orange?
No, I shouldn't have said that, should I?
You have an annoying orange sound effect, Nick?
Why would I have that?
Because
Damn, Daniel.
Okay. All right.
Anyways,
orange. My favorite color is, in fact, orange. Believe it or not. So, my opinion of the color orange is good. It's on the positive side of things. It's a beautiful color.
Thank you, Jack.
All right. My favorite color. I have a tough time with favorite colors because, like, I don't know. I just like it when there's like combinations of colors more than just like one single color. But if I were to choose one color, I'm gonna go with turquoise.
Oh my god.
I think it just looks cool.
That's like a 12-year-old favorite color, dude. It's your new favorite color.
It was my favorite color when I was 12 years old. So
Yeah, it makes sense.
fine. I like rainbow
That's not a color, dude. That's a
Boo!
middle school.
Get out of here! I'm
I
walking
like
it.
dark
Can't pick
red, which is
rainbow.
why we chose it for the background of this podcast.
Well, that's not why we. Okay.
Pahul!
I like to pick favorites.
Shut the heck up.
Everyone completely dead silent until Pahul answers the question.
It's gonna get. Okay, I already failed.
Okay.
Okay, Nick, what's your favorite color?
My current favorite color is blue. I don't know why. I just like to look at it. It used to be orange when I was kind of younger, just because orange.
Yo, mama.
You mean when your brain was smaller, like Jack's?
Yo, mama.
It
Where's
isn't-
the?
He's
No,
like,
Jack,
he
don't look
left.
at
He left.
Jack has left the podcast.
Okay. Well, anyways, orange is the color, like scientifically, that makes you happy when you look at it. Anyway.
And like,
God, Nick.
oh, Jack is back. Guess who's back?
Jack.
Back
connect to the audio.
You have something to say to me?
We have 3 more questions to get through from other posts. This question I think is best for Jack because he just met Pahul. Okay. Eli Hernandez _11 writes, how cute is Pahul? 1 to 1,000.
Damn, I love that guy. I'm not gonna call him what I usually call him, but damn, I love that guy.
This is a loaded question. 1 to 1,000? Oh
Yeah.
boy. You best be coming over, cause I'm feeling a hot 1,000. That's 1,000, baby.
Bro fist. Bro fist.
Yeah, dude,
Bro
right here.
fist. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
That was the
Yeah.
equivalent of 1 out of 10, but all right.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Wait, you said 1 out of 1,000, right? It was 1 out of 1,000.
No,
right?
1 out of 10,000.
Hey,
My
man,
answer
10,000
changed. I am not a
1,000
man
is a
who
hard,
flip-flops.
is a pretty big number.
1,000 is still pretty high. That's 1,000 points. That's like
Yeah, that's a
good
lot
amount
of points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul, what would you give yourself?
I like to pick favorites.
It's not.
Nick, how about you? What would you give Paul?
10 out of 10,000. Can I just like limit that down to 10?
No.
Okay.
Like 1 out of 10 type of.
I'll give him a 7,900.
Fake friend.
Damn.
I'm gonna give him a 5,792. All right.
Wow.
Now, Mel_is_Faye commented, "Are there any movies you think don't deserve the nomination?" Which is, of course, in reference to the 2019 Oscar nominated films. I'm going to come out and say that most of them are great, and I think that most of them do. I don't think personally that Ford v Ferrari or Joker should have been nominated, though.
I like Joker.
I don't think
agree with
Parasite should have been
Joker. I agree with
nominated.
Joker.
Well, controversial pick of the evening.
Either stick to foreign film or best foreign film or best picture. Don't my views on this, and it's gonna stay the same. It should have won both best foreign film and best picture. That's so screwed up. That's really screwed up.
Oh, that's not screwed up, man.
You say so.
One in two categories.
It's hella screwed up.
Sometimes
Get the
you're
other
best-
foreign
Yeah,
movie.
why can't foreign language films be considered for the best film of the year?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that if you're being considered for the best
You're
picture of the year, you cannot be considered for the best foreign picture. That's just me.
Yes, you can. Sometimes you're the best movie in more than one place.
Yeah, that's like saying
Wow.
that movies can't win multiple Oscars. Movies have to be confined to one Oscar.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Anyways, okay, quick question. Has everyone here seen Inception?
Nope.
No.
Wow, okay, we can't answer this question. Sorry, at Tate8Fagan.
Tate
Okay,
Fagan!
you know what, Tate? I think that like the spinning top at the end, I think it means the dream's still going.
We didn't even
And,
hear the
like,
question.
No, but I know the question because this is like some
Okay, but
Inception
you're answering
level
a question
stuff.
that we don't know. This isn't Jeopardy. Like,
Tate's gonna
Okay.
be like, what? What's up, Tate? I remember you from 7th grade.
Well, and that is the conclusion to another great episode of the Film Studies Club podcast. Thank you, Jack Loeprich Gaming, for being here. Where can people find you on the internet if they want to?
What? What did you say? I didn't hear what you said.
thank
Where
you,
can
Jack.
people find you on the internet?
What?
Oh, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
Where
Thank
can
you for having me.
Okay, Jack, if people want to follow you or want to learn more about you, where can they do that?
Please don't try to find me. I don't want you to try to find me.
All right, Nick,
No shout
how
out.
about you?
I am off the grid. I have never touched the internet in my entire life. And if you come to my house, then that's the best way to reach me.
Paul?
Let's see. Yeah, I got my Instagram handled. I got my Twitter handled. I got my Snapchat handled. My number is and I live at
Murder you
I'm
next
bleeping
week. Murder you next week.
that.
Yeah, the 20,000
I'm not-
people
I
listen
have
to
a
this
gun.
one. is gonna be
But
murdered.
you shouldn't tell them where you
I
live. The
have a
virus
gun.
might hear you.
You can find me on YouTube at The Clever Critics or on Instagram at Robert.Burke9. And Jack,
He actually
any,
shouted himself out. What an idiot.
any final words to end the podcast?
Jack, thank you for coming. We enjoyed
I
having
already
you.
thanked him, Nick. Shut up. Jack, any final
Thank
words?
you
to
for
close out the
coming.
podcast?
Fellas, I just want to say, well, while it's been an honor, well, I just had
All right, see you next week, everyone.
Bye.
Wait. What's the outro music gonna be this time?
It's
We
just
should
more
pick some new
lo-fi.
different intro and outro.
Yeah, I'll do
You know, we
I'll
should
do
pick
throat
different
singing.
intro and outro.
I'll do throat singing.
All right, cool.
Oh, yes, please.
That was fun.